Follow me!
Hello and welcome to my channel, JC Soul Gems. I wanted to pop on here today and talk to you about past lives. Why would you want to know about them? Why would you want to integrate them? How are they helpful? We're going to chat. So if you found my channel, welcome. Remember that you are beautiful, you are amazing, and this video is a confirmation that you are on purpose and in the right place. If I talk fast, it's to bypass your mind and directly access your soul's listening. And I want you to trust in your soul, in your higher self ability to understand past your mind and to remember what's needed as you need it. So grab a blanket, a cozy, healthy beverage, your journal, and set up on your meditation mat. Let's begin with a prayer. Beloved Creator, may I always be protected from evils. May my ego come in service to my spirit. May I always be connected to divine truth. May I listen with my spirit and hear with my heart, absorbing love and what is of my highest good. May I activate the miracles and blessings meant for me as I walk my golden path, in full faith, with grace and ease. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just a little bit about myself. Over the years, I have been blessed to walk on this healing path and journey to ascension with Creator, with my soul, with many divine ascended master teachers, and I have spent years in spiritual discipline, spiritual transmutation, spiritual alchemy, and just recovering gifts from my past lives, my Akashic records, my soul that are best serving me right now in this incarnation. And I do believe that we are in the Kali Yuga times, so we will touch a little bit on that today. That's a whole other video in itself. But it does pertain to where we are now as a species, as a soul. We are journeying into evolutionary processing, and it is so beneficial to work on our past lives. So if you don't know me, I am a quantum energetics teacher. I am a quantum energetics healer. I do a lot of work with theta, pranic healing. I am a high priestess of Lemuria, Atlantis, and Egypt, the orders of Isis, Sekhmet, and Hathor specifically. I'm an Akashic records keeper. I am a spirit shaman. I am a weaver, a prophetess, oracle, and energy programmer. I offer channeled readings for the goddesses, past life regressions, past life regression therapy, quantum energetic frequency attunement sessions, so healings. I work specifically to overcome blocks, stuck patterns, trauma, womb reparation, fertility with women. So I do a lot of balancing of the masculine and feminine, including guidance for the twin flame path as well. And so if you feel called to work with me, all of my links will be in the bio, and you can book any kind of private session with me. And as always, I am so grateful for you joining me on this channel, becoming a part of this powerhouse community that we're building. And if you want to dive deeper into anything channeled, you can head over to my sister companion channel, 13 Moons Oracle 777, where you can get collective oracle check-ins, activations, intuitive mirroring, and it will strengthen and align your intuition and connect you to the guidance of your soul, divinity, angels, unconditional love, creator of all that is, of course. And I just love connecting with you. I can't wait to power up, glow with you, alchemize, and reflect with you. So if you like this video or you like this channel, I'd be honored if you share. And if you love it, smash that thumbs up button. And let's get into today's video. So past lives, why would you want to know about them? Why would you want to integrate them? How are these energies going to actually help your daily life, your daily esoteric principles today? We won't have time to go into all of them. Lots of them could just be a whole video on their own. Might make that happen soon. Let me know in the comments if that's what you want. Want to dive deeper into anything I talk about today and we don't get deep into, we just do little intros, let me know. Past lives. Okay, so what is past life? In my lineage, in some belief systems, we believe that your soul reincarnates on this life. Now, depending on the frequency and the energetic parameters of a planet or a realm that you manifest into, because there are different ones you can, different timelines as well, but all of those are spiraling and running at the same time. You can have many lives, and you can have a few lives, you can have many lives. And my general experience with all of this, working 2 decades with thousands of people and working on these energetics myself to improve my life, to improve my whole bloodline, to heal my family, has been that the collective is healing. Now, I can compare that to Kali Yuga times from Hindu scriptures and ancient texts, and tracking of these times and various times at different ages with quite amount of accuracy, I might add. There's a lot of talk that we're in Kali Yuga time. Now, my own, again, personal experience, because I always get my advice and my energetics from divinity first. I had a lot of wounds to heal when I first started having my awakening, and from my childhood and other lives I later learned were cellular trauma loops. I did not trust humans, so I meditated and I trusted this love that I felt like we came from, which is cosmic love, creator of all that is. I have language for it now. When I started, I did not, but I was always shown that we are in this time of evolutionary, major evolutionary magic. So I had my first major intuitive clairvoyancy awakenings and remembrances in about 2014. And then they started to deepen, and I had more language for them by 2016. And I was shown that in the moon on September 28th of 2016, that we were starting to be deprogrammed. Creator was stepping in. It was like, enough is enough. Not going to do it for you, but we're going to start to step in and help you clear out any blocks to love and help you evolve and evolutionize so that you're not harming yourselves or each other. And that was one of the main premises that I walked into my awakening with. And since then, I've had many, many other experiences, and I remember all of my lives in chronological order with not many gaps anymore from my Akashics. Now, you don't want to remember all of this at once. You don't really even need to go to these levels. I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of a scale of understanding that you could be as deep as me if you'd like to. There are some parameters, like maybe you're not an Akashic Records keeper. There are some things, but a lot of the souls that are going to be finding this channel, your ancient souls, your wise, your Akashic Records keepers, your light workers, your empaths, and you will be able to access these things. And if you're having blocks to it, we're going to talk a little bit about how to clear that, but that will also be another video. So past lives are just different incarnations or different lives that you've lived, and how they can express or impact your physical moment negatively or positively is that, well, first, negatively, they could create a trauma loop. So let's say you were stabbed. You were stabbed up here through the shoulder. You chronically have shoulder pain. You chronically have shoulder blade pain that doesn't really make sense. You end up just always tweaking that shoulder somehow. You end up, sleeping on it wrong is what you would say, but it's all the time. You have some sort of like little accident or mishap always in that shoulder. You start to heal it, hurts it again. And it's just a chronic condition. Sometimes that can point to a past life. That can point to a trauma loop that's going on either in the cells, or it could be going on in different layers. It could be going on in the mental, emotional layers. So those are things that can happen. The other things that can happen is we could have experienced even more trauma than just a physical wounding in a past life. We could have lost a love. We could have lost a family member. We could have lost a child. We could have been engaged in war. We went through extremely violent dark times in the Dark Ages. The witch burnings, you'll hear me talk about this quite often, but that was such a lie and such a power manipulation move and a way to birth medicine as a governing authority and science as a governing authority, and a power grab that, like, those cost extreme damage within the cells, especially of women. That's why you see women divided, and that's why you see right now all of that reparation is going on. So women are coming more together, women are taking healing into their own hands. If you started out like me with wounds and you don't really trust other people, you are still working on yourself, and then I believe right now, even, we are coming back into a more holistic form of community where there's more of us doing our light work and our frequencies are coming pure and true again. And then we're starting to recognize that in each other, and we're starting to find our soul tribes, and we're coming back into that trust. But a lot of that could be from past lives. So working with someone like me who does quantum energetics, or someone trust and love, who has a proven track record of aiding people, It's really important. You want to go with your intuition and your gut. You could be drawn to a frequency, but you just want to make sure, there's a lot of quick clickbait out there. There's a lot of people that take advantage of people that need help. So you just really do want to be careful and make sure the person that you're working with is centered in love and really trying to empower you in your own healing journey and not make you reliant on them for healing forever. That's the number one sign of a healer. Another thing of healer or divinity is that healing and divinity will never ask you to hurt yourself or another. So that's also how you can tell it's from pure love. And so you really can start to choose your practitioners that way, or you can do your own work. I did a lot of this work by myself for a long time. Now I will say with past lives though, sometimes the clearing of it, you do need a witness. You need a witness who's centered in unconditional love and divinity and has a higher perspective from their soul, so that you are not seeing something in your past life, unable to understand the full scope and energetics of it, and maybe even judging yourself or panicking because you're like, see something from a past life and you're like, oh, I did that? I'm a terrible person. Like, no, that's not what we're here for. And I do believe that the majority of you that will find this video and find this channel will not resonate to that, but it can happen. The other thing is, if you don't have someone who knows what they're doing with past life regression therapy, you can start to loop back and get stuck in a past life a little bit because you miss that time, you miss that power. One of the things I noticed with my past life is like we've cheapened society. Like, we used to make tapestries out of gold. We used to make everything by hand and it was beautiful. Like, we even see ancient architecture. Like, some of our architecture, of course, is beautiful now, not like that though. Okay. And so you start to have these rememberings and you're kind of like realizing what's going on in the world and you're like, whoa, we could do it better. We did do it better. And I kind of want to just stay there. So you want to work with a professional who actually knows what they're doing to complete the process, witness with you from their divinity to actually clear, heal, and balance it, and then you integrate it back into your frequency. Now benefits of integrating it back into your frequency would be, you wouldn't have maybe some of those chronic conditions. You might not have a lot of like low-level fears or anxieties might just clear themselves right up, because they could have just been trauma looping in your field and your energy, and because your mind's limited definition of things just kept looping like a monkey mind story that didn't even have anything to do with what was going on. You clear a past life, all those energetics are cleared. All of a sudden you're in a new frequency, you're not worrying as much anymore, you're not stressed as much. Whatever's going on for you, it will be different for every person. Another thing about past lives integration is clearing karma. Okay, so we have negative karma and we have good karma. So either or, you want to clear off the negative karma because it helps your acceleration, it heals your whole bloodline, it helps you with all those low-level anxieties or chronic conditions that might be reoccurring for you, or stuck patterns that might be reoccurring, like relationship patterns. You keep choosing the same wrong partner, you keep getting stuck on an addiction, you keep getting stuck on the same loop, you can't get out of a habit that you know is holding you back, but you keep doing it. All of those could be connected to past lives. So clearing it out is very, very beneficial. Negative karma. The other reason you want to clear out negative karma is if you're trying to manifest and you're having a really hard time starting, like maybe you're getting all these false starts, nothing can really anchor, you'll get a manifestation here or there, you can see you're really powerful, but then the actual big events of your life, like nothing is sticking. That might be negative karma. You might just need to clear a loop. You might need to balance some stuff out. Knowing about your past lives helps you to know yourself more. And the more that you know your inner world, the more that you know your soul, the more that you can read what's going on in your frequency without getting stuck there in a process that actually completes it, is going to help you clear karma. Now, clearing karma is going to help you manifest better, stronger, better. It's also going to help you get out of any stuck addictive patterns of mindset, patterns of behavior, patterns of toxicity, patterns of family generational poverty, thought patterns of attacking yourself, low self-esteem, victim mentality, even like chronic illnesses that are in the same family and bloodline is usually because there's like a whole bunch of things attached to it. The same emotional patterns, the same mental patterns, and then the same physical habits. And some of those things, much of those things can be cleared out from past lives, or you can gain insight into it to help you clear it more in the physical and overcome it. Now, I love ancestors. I always celebrate our ancestors. I celebrate how much they gave to us, where they came from. But also, we are rewriting the things that did not work now. We are so lucky to live in a society that does have advancements in technology that can say, take one 100 pounds of cranberry and stick it into a pill. Like, that's amazing. We couldn't forage that when we were younger, or in our ancestors' days as much. There's things that we do have that we're very beneficial for. Technology, being able to connect with people all over the world. All of that is very, very helpful. Now, your past lives, though, can even interplay into your relationship, connecting with those people all over the world. No coincidence that, I don't believe in coincidences, so if you've been here before, it's no coincidence that you connect with anybody, even over the internet, even all over the world, and that is also to do with past lives. And the more that you know about this inner balancing, the easier you can do is clear karma. Maybe you're connecting with somebody and having the same authorial problem or relationship loop until you clean that authorial problem. And when you go back to the origin past life that activated that frequency, that activated that coding, that activated that loop that you're stuck in, you can actually witness it with someone with divinity, witness it yourself, and we can clear it from your field. Now, I'll link another video to karma. I've made a couple on my channel, but I'm not going to get all into that right now. But karma can also help you be balanced so that you can free up your energy field from being stuck to anything, so you can manifest more powerfully. When you are centered in love and you are bringing in resources for you to live your purpose and for you to live your best life, you're going to automatically be a better human. You're going to automatically love yourself more, and then you're going to bring that to the world and help other people. Okay, so this is all the benefits of knowing a past life, exploring past karma life. Has been changing on this planet over the last 5 years. Previously, to just kind of keep it simple, we would do something and then we would get stuck in a loop until we literally learn not to do that anymore, and then the karma would be cleared, or we would make amends somehow with the person. If there was other people involved, the karma would be cleared. We would jump timelines, and then we could continue on. Maybe there's more karma to clear. So that still does happen, but that cycle has been trapping souls here based on technicalities and from other evil and entity influences. Okay, to make it simple, you can go watch my other videos on karma. I go much more in depth about that there. Okay, and I will link them to this video. But the karma loops are being aided. Okay, so there's people like me, there's a lot of other light workers, there's a lot of other past life regression therapists that run in the energy signature of unconditional love. You can call in the teachers and the beings that love you unconditionally. That's a beautiful prayer and a beautiful way to call in courses, especially when you're just starting out and your ego's still involved in things. Ego's operating system, though, it's not the enemy. Don't take me wrong. I love our ego. We need it. You can actually now work on these regression therapies, work in these quantum energetics, and you can be cleared of karma much quicker. And the whole planet is speeding up, and there's all this divine aid coming in. Kind of like Avatar, when all the animals and all the planet starts helping, like we have that going on right now. So you can have all this aid that will come in and actually help you balance out your karma. And healing sessions are really, really powerful, because say you're doing a healing session with me, then I am in my divinity and I'm in the love of my soul and I'm in non-judgment, and I am witnessing with you the biggest parts of past lives that you have to clear. Now, that other divine help that's been going on the planet is actually helping to slough off extra karma that you don't really need and that you don't really need to witness, just by inviting divinity into your life. So most of your light workers are already doing this, just by inviting in the invitation to be more integrative, inviting in the invitation to be more authentic, inviting in the invitation to just be who you are, to stop pretending, to stop trying to meet societal demands, and just actually live your life and live your soul with as much non-harm, non-violence, and peace as possible. All of that process is like an automated divine alchemization that is going to start clearing karma off your field. But the karma can sit here, kind of like exfoliated skin, like, when a snake or an animal sheds off its skin, and it kind of needs to be rubbed. We shed our skin too, but like I'm talking about like thick layers of habitual skin that some mammals do. That sits on your field, and someone with divinity, someone with sight, you can come and clean all of that off, and then you're going to feel lighter, you're going to feel more balanced, you're going to feel more free. And then we witness together your big pieces of karma, we clear out those even more, and then some of those other bigger multi-layer healings and adaptations to your way of being, your way of seeing the world, your behavior, all of that will start to come in. So I love past life regression therapy. I have been doing it for a really long time. It took me a few years on my own. Again, if I'd had the help of a practitioner, I probably would have got farther, but I did a few years on my own to really start to get into my remembrance. And once I opened those gates, but I did it in a way that I was using guided meditations from practitioners who knew what they were doing. So it was a process of completion right from the start. I was able to shift so much. And the healing that I pulled through me healed my bloodline. I could viscerally see it in the expression of many of my family members. Okay, now, so that's a bonus. Then I know now from doing this work for a long time how connected we all are through the web. So I know that when I do some healing, at least 1,000 people similar to me are going to be healing too. And the more that you work with past life regression therapy, the more that you work with meditation, the more people you actually connect to that are like-minded all over the world, because you are allowing your energy field to expand. You're allowing it to connect to the proper electromagnetic field of the earth. And then you're also allowing it to connect greater, and maybe you're going to be a bridge for both of those things. And that helps to connect you to even more people that you're like. So now when I'm doing a healing frequency on myself or others, it is connecting to hundreds of thousands, if not more people in the world, and we're helping the whole collective heal. And so there's just so many benefits to knowing your past lives, to integrating them, to having them help you. Now, we talked a little bit about what a past life regression therapy session looks like when you're doing it with me, kind of give you some inklings to it. But there's different access points. There's different ways of doing it. Sometimes it depends if we're distantly. I have clients all over the world, so sometimes we do it distantly. And my personal perspective is I'm going to get you to choose some crystals. We're going to put them in specific areas of minor and major chakras, and we're going to set a crystal circle, and we're going to do some work. Sometimes your site isn't open enough yet. Sometimes I always do a general healing session with people first, check where they're at. How much trauma do you still have? Are you fracturing your chakras with that trauma? Or is your site open? If I take you through a guided visualization to another realm or quantum energetics, can you see it? Most people can at least sense it and feel it, which is great. But if you want a full past life regression experience, if you want to get into your Akashics, we need to reactivate your site. Okay, your imagination is where it starts, but that's the gateway to your third eye. So clairvoyancy does come into it. But that being said, you can just have a past life regression therapy. You might not want to take it that far. You might just be like, Jade, I just want to heal a couple things. And if you can help all those layers and this low level anxiety and some of these things that have been happening to me and repeating in my life that I can't explain, sign me up. And that it might be enough for you. So then you can just have a past life regression reading. We can just go into energetics with someone that you know, love, and trust, and works from unconditional love, and they can read for you, and they can let you know what's going on, and you'll feel it in your frequency that that's true, that's right. And some past lives were really traumatic. They can create cellular quantum trauma loops, okay? And that can create victim pattern mentality, because it can create the same or similar types of vicious or violent experiences in your life now. Especially because we're in such a time, which is Kali Yuga, of the mental illness, the attacks on people, the disingenuousness, low integrity, like, because that stuff's kind of like rampant, those activation patterns can really thrive. And when you clear them from your past life, you start to have more harmony and peace. Okay, and someone can, like a healer like me, can just do that for you, can just help you clean up some of that stuff, and you may not even need to remember it fully. Also, working with someone whose site is open is going to help open your site. So if you don't feel clairvoyant now, you might work with someone whose site helps you open it, and then as you keep going, like a muscle in the gym, you strengthen it, and then your site opens too. Okay, so the other thing about past lives is, remember I talked about a little while ago about not getting like stuck there. You don't want to just keep thinking about it and be obsessed with it and just, oh, I loved that time so much. Like Atlantis and Lemuria, really easy to do that because it was so beautiful. Egypt, oh, so beautiful. Most ancient civilizations, so beautiful. And we were living with so much more harmony and peace. We had fresh food, fresh water. We had longer lifespans because of the cellular nutrition and nourishment we were getting spiritually and physically. And mentally and emotionally, right? But there was hard times too. Like lots of stuff in history is pretty accurate, but maybe not the timelines they're feeding us to, and they've left a lot out. You need to know about going to your past lives, about retrieving all your fragments. So a completion process with a past life regression therapy is also calling back all your soul fragments, cleansing and purifying them in the light of Creator and unconditional love of Creator, and returning them to the auric field. Okay, so sometimes when we have a trauma, crystalline auric field, fractures, little pieces of our crystalline auric field kind of pop off. So you want your soul to gather those up, you want them cleaned, and you want them replaced. And it starts to bring you into more wholeness, which increases your self-concept. It increases your self-confidence. It increases your self-esteem. It helps you to remember who you are as a divine being. It helps you to remember your divine identity. And it helps to overcome the negative patterning that we have been bombarded with on this planet that is suppressing us finding who we are, suppressing our authenticity, trying to suppress our power and keep us disconnected from all the parts of ourselves. Some of the past life fragmentation was done on purpose during those traumatic times I talked about in the Dark Ages to stop us now from growing into who we are, although you can't stop love and you can't stop truth and you can't stop divinity. So that is something to think about. Now, I talked about Akashic Records, and if you don't really know what Akashic Records are, I will do another video on that. But a quick kind of brief intro of Akashic Records is they're the energetic libraries, vaults. You can think of them as like a library meets Google, meets endless servers of creation that holds every single record and filing and coding in living light that you have ever experienced in any realm and any planet and any timeline. And most of what you will become as well. Okay, now some of that you have to go through initiations to recover your abilities to access your Akashic Records, because it's a big responsibility. You don't need to be looking into the future all the time. It's like opening a present. It just would take the joy out of life, to be honest. I can access it and I don't even do it. So it's just, yeah, there's human blocks in this realm and this experience that actually stop us from fully recovering that into some ways. So you got to work back to get your Akashics back. There's food and toxins that we ingest that also create little blocks. That's why we age so quickly, our cells deteriorate. But Akashic Records are a great access point. They're a super wonderful, enriching piece of your life to add in. There were times in our other lives where we just spent complete time in meditation. We spent complete time with God. We were out in nature. We did all these beautiful things. We did arts and we built all these wonderful things because we knew in our spiritual sovereignty then and our ability to be connected to Creator and foresee, we knew these times were coming and we knew that we would not have time to do them now. So when you access your Akashic Records and when you access your past life through regression therapy or readings, the way I do them anyway, then not everyone's the same, so you want to find what fits for you. But if you're here, you're part of my lineage, you're part of my Starseed tribe, and so my methods will resonate to you. But anyway, if you access Akashics, you can start to download those skills. You can start to download the activations in your brain that you had of all those different other languages. You can start to foster a stronger connection to the earth because you're starting to access the energetics, so energies, information, emotion. Quantum sciences has proven this. And you can start to access the points on this planet where you had other lives, and you can actually tap into those energy centers all over the planet. And now you're in a living light relationship with the earth again as well. And the earth needs that nourishment. It needs that connection. We are batteries, but when we connect to batteries of the earth doesn't overtake. It's like an even give and flow. It's like we're charging it and it's charging us. And then when we add that into connection with Creator, proper grounding, which you can find in meditation on this YouTube channel called Divine Rooting, where we plug into our soul star chakra, we plug into our earth star chakra, and we activate our field. We keep our sanctuary up so that we're constantly able to still read energy, but we are also in sanctuary. We're not absorbing things that aren't ours. We're not taking over responsibility. We're actually grounded in a way that connects us to our soul resources, to our soul contracts, so we can actually bring those two energies together in a powerful way that gives us more energy and more life force to actually enact the purpose that we came here for. And that also helps to do that whole battery thing that I was just talking about with the earth. And knowing about your past life can pull out any blocks from you even rooting into yourself properly, or any kind of disruption patterns that might have been activated through the cellular trauma of a past life that might be disrupting you from actually hearing your soul, connecting to your soul, disbelieving. Yeah, there's lots of things. So as you can see, there's other videos that I could go on to just from some of these, but I just wanted to come on here and touch on why would you want a past life healing session? Why would it be beneficial to you? So I hope I helped you today. I feel like this is a perfect place to end the channel today, the wisdom connection that we're both having. We'll mention one more thing. Past life knowings can also help you balance karma quicker, because you can look and see where you need to tithe to help to balance your karma if you want to get over a loop quicker. So it just adds in so much extra wisdom. And the more that you know yourself and your inner world, the more that you will be able to shift your outer world and birth that beauty that this world needs, that life force, that creativity, that beautiful, beautiful reason that we came here out into the physical. Okay. So I love you. I thank you for joining me today. I thank you for hearing this. If you liked this video, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. I would be honored if you shared this with your friends. I just love being able to work with you. And I will end this with a prayer for us. And I will wish you all the best. So let's close down our eyes. You can place your hands in Namaskar Mudra together at the heart. You can have your eyes open, soft gaze forward if you like. And just take a nice cleansing breath. Feel yourself just drop down into your body. Feel into your body. Get yourself right out of your mind. Drop all the way down. Seek out any places that might have tension in the body. See if you can feel all the way down into the crevices, the toes. The tiny places and spaces in the front and the back body that you may not give attention to throughout the day. Creator of all that is, or any higher power of unconditional love that is of your understanding and definition, we ask you to let us hear with our hearts and see with our soul. We thank you for letting our own wisdom ignite, and that any mirrored intuition that will best serve any people watching this on their path be served to them in love and light, in unconditional love. May they have the fruits of their awakening, their remembrances, and may they know themselves more deeply. May any of their excess karma, past lives that has been coming off their field and is sitting as exfoliation or waiting for exfoliation on their field to be cleansed, purified, washed from them now, Creator, show me. And just take a nice deep breath. You may feel some air pressure changes here. And just letting anything that's not serving you come off your field. Breathing deep into your belly, letting the belly rise on the inhale. Beautiful. We ask for extra blessings on these souls, Creator, that they be cleansed and purified. That the karma that has already cleared off them, that all the soul fragments are gathered up, cleansed and purified in your light, your love, your beauty, your power, your wisdom, and your internal radiance. And then set back into their crystalline auric field to make them whole now. That will best serve them and help them on their path, their purpose. May all their relationships, their projects, their loved ones, their purpose be blessed by you, Creator. May they be connected to their earth contracts and their soul in full sovereignty, in full faith. So be it. Amen. If you liked this video, please subscribe, click the link below,